Hey friends, it's Just the Gems. I'm Brandon. It is time to dive into another Wii U game. This time, a Wii U game that I have never played. To be honest, it's not even one that I particularly wanted to play. I would definitely say it's not exactly my kind of thing. I mean, I played several hours of this thing and no one confessed their love to Senpai even once. Why am I here, right? I'm the weeby JRPG guy, and this is definitely not that. This is the NES Remix Pack. The NES Remix Pack collects two NES Remix games, each of which is packed full of challenges from different NES games. And I'm going to do my best not to say NES again in this video because it's starting to lose all of its meaning. So, in this new to me Wii U experience, did I unearth a gem? Or is it a not gem? I still haven't nailed down what I'm calling those. It's the Wii U experience. It's always a little sad, you know, booting up the Wii U and seeing all these fake me's conversing with nobody. I have my doubts, little guy. I don't think 100 friends is an achievable goal, but anyway, on to the game. If you're unfamiliar, NES Remix takes classic Nintendo games and, well, it remixes them, I guess. It does what it says in the box. Essentially what that means though is that you're not playing those games in their entirety. There are two main things in each of these games: the remix levels and the individual game levels. The game levels kind of present challenges from each individual game, like kill X number of Goombas before the time is up or collect X number of coins, etc. The remix levels though, that's what we're here for. These take tiny slices of these classic games and then proceed to do some very weird things to them. Whether you're playing a reversed version of the original Donkey Kong as Luigi trying to save Mario, or fighting the infamous tree boss from the Kirby games while trying not to get shanked in the butt by a bunch of boos, or trying to navigate the sewers of Mario Brothers while the level turns into a Sierpinski carpet fractal nightmare. These challenges are all a lot of fun, actually. While I've kind of diverted my attention from games like these nowadays, these are still the games I grew up with, and honestly, playing them in these new ways is pretty neat. And the creativity on display in these remix levels is next level cool. It's funny. Sometimes Nintendo can have fun and show appreciation for its history and the games that have made it what it is. And sometimes it can send its army of lawyers after a family to thank them for doing their part to preserve classic video games in ROM form, games for which Nintendo is no longer making any money anyway. But whatever, Nintendo contains multitudes. Anyway, a few highlights from NES Remix. The auto runner recreation of World 2, 3, and Super Mario Bros. This is how I like to play this level, and it's a fun challenge here as well. Just non-stop running and jumping. The Super Mario Bros. World 1-1 as Limbo Black and White challenge, I just about threw my very expensive and hard to replace Wii U controller in frustration at this one. It's a little bit hard. And honestly, I guess number 3 is any of the balloon fight stuff. I never really played that one as a kid, but I could see this one being fun to play with friends if you don't mind hating all of those friends by the time you're done. Some lowlights from the first NES Remix game on the pack would be all of the original Mario Brothers stages. You know what game is absolutely no fun at all? Mario Bros. This is a garbage game and Miyamoto should be ashamed of himself. I expect it to control like Super Mario Brothers and it super doesn't. I'm just kidding, Miyamoto-san, love you, man. One side note, and maybe I'm just showing my entire butt here as like an amateur gamer, but did it always feel like there was just a very slight delay from when you press the A button to when Mario jumps in Super Mario Bros.? I keep dying and I feel like it's because there's this tiny delay when I push the button, and no, you're making excuses for why you suck, shut up! Anyway, NES Remix is great, but NES Remix 2 is like 10 times better. Mostly this is because the games that it contains and remixes are from the latter part of the NES's life, which, let's be honest, game developers had started to figure their stuff out by that point, so the games were just better. They were just better. The highlight here would obviously be Mario 3, right? AKA the game that The Wizard showed us. But puzzle games actually get a little bit of love here too with Dr. Mario and Wario's Woods, not to mention our pal Kirby. The remix levels are fantastic here too, with some mixing and matching of games with outside characters like dropping Princess Toadstool from Mario 2 into Mario 3, just a ton of really cool ideas on display. There's a bit more to Remix 2 as well, because it also includes a championship mode, which seems to be sort of in honor of the Nintendo World Championships from back in the day. See, it has you playing snippets of 3 different games. So you've got Mario, Mario 3, and Dr. Mario, and essentially it judges you on your combined score for all 3. I'm very good at video games, so obviously I crushed this. Also, there's Super Luigi Brothers, which is just Super Mario Brothers, but it's mirrored, so everything is reversed and you're running from the right to the left, which is surprisingly more of a mind trip than you would think it should be. It's amazing how just something as simple as flipping things around completely shifts the paradigm for a game like this. So these things are fun, but I don't see myself probably coming back to them very much, if I'm being honest. There's not a ton more for me to say about the NES Remix Pack. It's definitely what I would call a winner, right? I think it's a gem. It's a sort of minigame menagerie that's not quite as frantic and insane as WarioWare, but still has that nice little bite-sized snippet where you feel like you just want to play one more minigame before you quit. Just one more. Not to mention that it's basically injecting nostalgia directly into my brain, which is super cool. If you didn't love these games growing up, I don't know that there's a ton for you here, and it's probably not really being marketed to you anyway, so you'd probably be safe passing on it. I think personally it would be interesting to see Nintendo continue to experiment with doing interesting things with their classic lineup of games. What do you think? Should Nintendo continue the NES Remix series? Is there some other sort of format that you would like to see Nintendo tackle some of these classic games in? Let me know down in the comments. Please and thank you. What other games and systems should Nintendo maybe put together a remix pack for? Super Nintendo, N64, maybe? If you like what I do, please consider liking and subscribing, all that jazz. You're all fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.